Pain is a strange company keeper. It brings the oddest people together. There is a secret fraternity that exists amongst those who have been in pain that is mind-boggling. It transcends the color of your skin. It transcends your background. When you've been through certain things, you feel for other people who have been through those things because you relate to them. I personally don't like to have a whole lot to do with people who have not been through pain. It's nothing against them. I'm not jealous of them. I just can't relate to them. I can't relate to them, and I am sure that they will not be able to relate to me. The parts of me that I need to have known, that I need to have touched, that I need to have fellowship are tied up not in the successes of my life, but in the struggles of my life. For God has done more through my struggles. He's done more through my struggles than he's ever done through my successes. And if you look carefully at my successes are made out of the ingredients of my struggles. And you can never know my successes until you understand my struggles, because my struggles are the pathway that led me into my success. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And so if you're going to have fellowship with somebody, you have to choose your friends and make sure that they've had something to die in their life. If you've never had anything to die in your life, you have the kind of optimism that is annoying. If you've never had anything to go wrong in your life, I don't like to hear you preach. It aggravates me. It gets on my nerves because your preaching has not been balanced by failure. If you've never had anything to die in your life, don't counsel me, because you really don't understand me. Because you don't know why I am like I am until you've been where I've been. If you've never had anything to die in your life, don't sit there and tell me be a man, take it, don't cry. You don't know what I'm taking. You don't know what I'm enduring. You don't understand. Just because you read some books and took a psych class doesn't mean that you're ready to deal with the issues of my life. There's something about going through death and loss and misfortune and adversity. There's something about going through things that don't seem fair to you, that once you go through them, you need to make sense of the madness in your life. Since you can't change what happened and you can't alter what you've been through, at least you need to be able to think that there's some greater good that's going to come out of it. It's what they call bringing closure. To bring closure to it, to justify that I didn't go through this kind of pain for nothing. I need to be able to feel like something good is going to come out of this. If I can't do that, then I feel like I'm a victim, and I feel like I've been victimized, and I forever feel sorry for myself, and I'm not free to go on with my life, and I'm not safe to remarry again, and I'm not safe to get another job again. I'm not safe in another church again because I have unresolved issues out of my past, and I'm not ready to go forward with my life because I'm still tied up with where I came from. I need to know, if I'm going to continue to worship God, I need to know that some demon didn't get loose in my life and wreck my life. I need to know that all hell has not broken loose in my life, that Satan hasn't snatched the steering wheel from God and is driving my life to hell. I need to know that the demonic influences of my enemies have not taken over my life, even though I feel like my life has become a prey to Satanism, wickedness, and carnality. I need to know that God is not through working it out, and that sooner or later he's going to do something in my life that makes sense. I need to know that nothing just happens. And so the women shared a tear together. They wept together. They cried together. They shared pain together. They shared burial together. They shared their losses together. They shared their emptiness together. And Naomi decided, this is it. Got to split. I'm going to quit. I'm going back home where I came from. Got to go. Can't take anymore. I'm going back home. I'm bitter, but I'm going back home bitter. I'm frustrated, but I'm going back home. And they fell on Naomi and began to weep, because Naomi had left a significant impression on them. And all of a sudden, in the midst of this pain, Naomi starts reasoning with them. Stop crying. Stop crying. I have no options. What am I going to do? She said, if I married today and had more children, what are you going to do? Wait for the children to become grown, that they might be your husbands again? She says, I'm out of the game. The clock is against me. Oh, I wish I had time. I wish I had time to talk about time. What do you do when the clock is against you and you have enough wisdom to do it over, but you don't have enough time to do it over? What do you do when you've missed your season and you've missed your window of opportunity? What do you do when you know that you've got the desire to do it and you've got the passion to do it, but you look in the mirror and the wrinkles in your face and the sagging of your body indicates you don't have time to do this all over again? She says, I don't have time to get pregnant again. I don't have a second chance at life. My life is over. Go away. Don't hang around me. I have nothing left to give. There are people that when you start running out of time, you get bitter, you get desperate, you start pushing people away from you because they're asking something of you that you don't think you can give anymore. And you find yourself in a place of depletion and it feels like God has forgotten you. But I remind you, nothing just happens. At this age, at this stage, there's a reason why it happened at this age. There's a reason why it happened at this level in life. It's not a mistake. It's not an accident. God didn't fall asleep on the job and the devil came in and wrecked the car. No, God never sleeps and he never slumbers. He's in complete control and he knows where you are and he knows how old you are and he knows how much time you spent and he knows what happened to you and he knows who walked out and left you and he knows who betrayed you and he knows who molested you and he knows who raped you and he knows who rejected you and he knows where you are in life and he knows about your bills and he knows about your degree and he knows you dropped out of school and he knows about what you didn't get and he knows about the health of your child and he knows about the condition of your neighborhood. Understand that and tell yourself nothing just happens.
When we were trying to buy property to build a new sanctuary, twice the land we found was sold out from under us. We had an appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning to close on the first property. We showed up at 7:45. The secretary walked out and said, I'm sorry, the owner sold the property last night. I couldn't believe that he didn't keep his word. I went home so disappointed. I told Victoria what happened, how we didn't have the property and how we'd never be able to build, how we were stuck, how we couldn't keep growing. I had a sad song. I thought I was convincing. She looked at me and said, Joel, God is still on the throne. This is not a surprise to him. We are going to stay in faith and believe something better is coming. I didn't want to hear that. I wanted to feel sorry for myself. The flesh likes to have a pity party. She was telling me what I'm telling you, kiss it goodbye, move forward. When things happen like that you don't understand, you can be sure God is up to something. He is working behind the scenes. Now, I came back to a place of peace. I knew if God wanted us to have that property, no person could have stopped us. And just the opposite. If God doesn't want us to have something, all of our efforts won't make it happen. He's the Alpha and the Omega. He knows how to not only open doors that no man can shut, he knows how to close doors that no man can open. Are you upset over a door God closed? People he moved out of your life? A dream he didn't let come to pass yet? 6 months later, we received word that the Compact Center was coming available. Right then, I knew why those doors closed. Buying property would have been second best. That would have been keeping Saul. The Compact Center is David, more than we can imagine. I'm asking you to be at peace with your past, peace with things you don't understand, not bitter, not angry, not with a chip on your shoulder. Maybe you didn't have a good childhood. Nobody was there to speak faith into you. God knew how you would be raised. That's not going to keep you from your destiny. It's leading you to your destiny. Kiss it goodbye and move forward. You can't become who you were created to be with a chip on your shoulder, thinking that you're at a disadvantage. If you'll take the hand you've been dealt and make the most of it, God will open doors you couldn't open. His favor on your life will take you where you couldn't go on your own. Why don't you kiss the self-pity goodbye? Kiss that condescending spirit goodbye. Kiss always having to be right goodbye. Don't bring a bad attitude into a new year. Being sarcastic. Some people can wear designer clothes, put on makeup, have nice hair. They look great on the outside. The problem is none of that can cover up what's on the inside. If we would work half as much on the inside as we do the outside, we'd be much better off. But if you don't kiss a bad attitude goodbye, the problem is you'll be at the same place next year as you are right now. And sometimes we're waiting for God to change things. God is waiting for us to make a decision. You have to put your foot down and say, I am not coming into a new year with old thinking. I am kissing the chip on my shoulder goodbye. I am kissing the guilt goodbye. I'm kissing a barely get by mentality goodbye. When you kiss it, this means in your mind, you're putting an end to it. You're saying, this addiction is not going to control me anymore. I am free. Well, you've made a lot of mistakes. Yes, but I've kissed them goodbye. I am not living in regrets, beating myself up. I am forgiven. I am redeemed. I'm wearing a robe of righteousness. Well, you've always been in dysfunction. That's how you were raised. You've always been hot-tempered. You've always been angry. Yes, that's how I was raised, but that's not who I am. I'm kissing that goodbye. I'm putting an end to what's been passed down. I'm breaking the generational curse, and I'm starting the generational blessing.